We are here as the part of international lecture series Vykhari. Meaning of the word Vykhari is dissemination of knowledge through words. The lecture series was initiated in BCM College as the part of the Diamond Jubilee in the year 2015. We have our special guest, Dr. Sannichan VG, Professor in Food Technology and Startup Ambassador of Amal Jyoti College of Engineering, Kanyirapalli. Welcome to the meeting, sir.
Thank you.
Today's session focuses on the topic all you want to know about startups in life sciences. Department of Botany heartily welcomes you to the meeting. Just as the flame of a candle removes the darkness from the immediate surroundings, O Lord, give us wisdom to remove our ignorance. Let's start the session by a prayer song. I invite Akhila KS of 3rd DC Botany for the prayer song.
ഹൃദയരാഗതന്ത്രിമീട്ടി സ്നേഹഗീതമേകിയും കർമ്മഭൂമി തളിരിടുന്ന വർണ്ണമേകിയും നമ്മിൽ വാഴുമാതിനാമം ഇന്നു വാഴ്ത്തിടാം ഹൃദയരാഗ തന്ത്രിമീട്ടി സ്നേഹഗീതമേകിയും കർമ്മഭൂമി തളിരിടുന്ന
Now I welcome Dr. Peter K. Mani, Head of the Department, for the welcome speech.
Good morning. A warm welcome to all of you to this gathering. Respected Principal, College Governing Body members, Syndicate Member Dr. P.K. Padmawar, Chief Guest of the Day Dr. Sannichan VG, invited teachers of other colleges and Cochin University of Science and Technology, faculty members of our own college, especially Jibin sir, and my dear students. Vykhari is a Sanskrit word which literally means dissemination of knowledge through words. Today's program is the fifth one in this series of 2021. Startup in India, specifically in Kerala, is relatively a new term that mainly involves three aspects: innovation, technology, and scale-up process. In Malayalam, പുതിയ സംരംഭങ്ങൾ അഥവാ നൂതന സംരംഭങ്ങൾ. Today, actually, we are lucky to have a great resource person in the field of life science, a living treasure of knowledge, and a man of integrity and calmness. Dr. Sannichan is known to me personally since 1991 while he was studying at SB College for his BSc. After completing MSc in Genetics and Plant Breeding from Kerala University, Karyavattam campus with the first rank, he joined for his PhD at Delhi University under the supervision of Dr. Sivanna. After a few years of experience at ICGEB, International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, he completed his postdoctoral degree from United States. He was the founder research director of Homegrown Kanyirapalli, an orchard of about 90 acres with a variety of exotic fruit plants. To his credit, he has published more than 25 research papers in well-reputed national and international journals and a few books. His team has successfully launched 2 startup projects, namely Fab Solutions mainly deals with waste management strategies like G-Bin with patency, and GOSPA Biofirms deals with agricultural products like biopesticides and biofertilizers. Presently, he is working as Professor of Food Technology and Startup Ambassador at Amal Jyoti College of Engineering, Kanjirapalli. On behalf of all the participants, from the bottom of my heart, I welcome you, sir, to lead this session.
Thank you, sir. The words of a resourceful person can enlighten the thought of the youth. Let's welcome Dr. Sannichan VG for the keynote address. And after this, you can type questions in the chat box and sir will answer it.
Good morning. Good morning, all of you. Thank you, Peter, sir, for your kind words. And I am so glad to be part of this international lecture series organized by the BCM College. And I have very close association with the Department of Botany, BCM College. And I am very glad that many of you have joined for this session. Basically, I will be talking about entrepreneurship, how to do a startup, and then some startup ideas. So most of the students are from the botany life science background, and I will share some thoughts how to do a startup and its legal formalities. So shall I present my PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my slide, first slide?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So the title of this webinar says that all about startups, and I have changed a little bit. This innovation, startup, and more. Okay, as already mentioned, I have founded two startups, both incubated at the Startup Valley Technology Business Incubation Center in the Amal Jyoti College of Engineering, Kanjirapalli. So let us focus on the key elements. What is innovation and entrepreneurship? The startup ecosystem of India, Startup India, Kerala Startup Mission, product and design, then solid waste management. How I came to this startup and what are my experience, I'll be talking about. Then legal structures and startup registration, etc. So talking about the Startup India, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. That is the Startup India. And India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. It's expected to witness growth of a consistent annual growth of 12 to 15%. And India has about 50,000 startups in India, according to the 2018. Around 8,900 to 9,300 of these are technology-led up startups. 1,300 new tech startups were born in 2019, alone implying there are 2 to 3 startups born every day. So you can imagine how the startups are being coming up day by day. And as far as Kerala Startup Mission is concerned, the government of Kerala is very keen and ready to help for new startups registration the issues or the legal matters and the registration, all etc., are now very yeah, not easy, but it is we can do it fairly if you have good knowledge and if you have a good yeah, MVP or mean viable product, then you can get a unique ID and start a registration. So let us see what is innovation and entrepreneurship. Okay, so both entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystems, they have the potential to act as an effective way to nurture such innovation activities. While successful commercialization is key to innovation ecosystems, it also emphasizes on technological and scientific outputs. Okay, so we all are in the higher education system. So how it is relevant or important to higher education systems? Higher education students and graduates aim to achieve success when they complete higher education to follow their passion and create a future for themselves. In an increasingly globalized world, it is now recognized that this requires more than scientific or subject-specific knowledge and related skills. Promoting entrepreneurship in higher education includes both entrepreneurial mindset development and support for new venture creation. So only a minority of students are likely to establish a startup and run their own business during their studies or directly after their graduation. However, the majority of employers and firms of all shapes and sizes and in a diversity of sectors seek to enhance their innovative capacity and become more entrepreneurial. So this enables students to design their own project, and they are eventually will be successful with an idea, and thus this idea could be innovative, and then they can formulate. Okay, so that is the basic idea of innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. The government, it's very closely, you can see here, so closely linked to society, government, then science, science, industry, industry, society. So I say this is a network. You can see how it is so important, especially these days. So National Education Policy of 2020 says that if your institution has 1,000 students, then around 100 to 200 new startups. There's a possibility for that. Okay, see how we are promising towards a future with sustainable development. Okay. So let us define innovation. Okay, a proposed definition of innovation is the process of creating value by applying novel solutions to meaningful problems. So this is innovation. So for startup, innovation is the key. So we will see the depth of innovation. Okay. Now, the three explicit tests for innovativeness. Is it novel? The notion of novelty is baked right into the word innovation. So if it is not new, it is probably more optimization than innovation. Okay, so the novelty, even in the patent filing, the most important thing is the novelty of the product or idea. So the next is that does it solve a meaningful problem? If it not, maybe it is art instead of innovation. That is not to say art is not valuable, but is generally not designed to solve a problem. So innovation is designed so. The third reflection is that does it create value? Okay. If it not, maybe it is an invention that rather than innovation. So inventions can lead to value creation, but usually not until someone applies them through innovation. So the three reflective points here: is it novel? Does it solve a meaningful problem? Does it create value? All these three thoughts should engrave very tightly for an idea, and then this idea being translated to a startup and then eventual commercialization. So let us see some well-known entrepreneurs. Okay, you can see Flipkart here, Paytm, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Bill Gates. So these are the pioneers in entrepreneurs, of world-famous entrepreneurs. So I'm not going detail one by one. We know the story. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Chrome, Gmail, WhatsApp. There are Drive, so many other. So let us see what is a product. So when we think of startup, then we need to have a product, right? So an article or substance that is manufactured or refined for sale. A thing or person that is the result of an action or process. Okay, that is the product. Then what is peculiar of a product? What is peculiar? Is it tangible or intangible? Serious intentional efforts are put in. Outcomes of sustained continuous events of interactions in an item or a service being offered. So often is the face of those or company offering it. So there should be that should be peculiar. No? The product should be peculiar. So that being said, then comes to the design. So let us see what is design. So decide upon the look and functioning of a building, a garment, or other object by making a detailed drawing of it. So design, we think of the drawing of that. We need a blueprint. If you are building a house, then you should definitely have a plan, a blueprint for that. Then you can build, right? A plan or drawing produced to show the look and function or workings of a building, okay, garment or other object before it is made. So you are envisioning, okay, you should have that that product in your mind, okay, the design. So these are all very important, okay. So talking about the design, then creation, your drawing, okay, you're making so many designs for that. This is the kettle, okay, electric kettle, and you see how it is being developed, okay. For everything, you need to create, okay. So by creating, we are actually participating or cooperating with the creator. Okay, creator, God is the creator. Okay, so God has all the wisdom, and when our will and God's will align together, then we get something beautiful. Okay, so sorry. So there are several aspects of design: a form, then function, human. Okay, in the industry, you have industrial design, then design thinking, communication design, etc. Okay, there is, you see, design thinking. This is very these days so much of attention is being given to design thinking. So it is it's a process in which we seek to understand the user, challenge assumptions, and redefine the problems. Okay, and in an attempt to identify alternative strategies and solutions. So maybe we have a design, okay, and we need to improve on that. At the same time, design thinking provides a solution-based approach for solving problems. Okay, so it is a way of thinking and working, as well as a collection of hands-on methods. So in the lab also, you need to think, right? And then you need to work, okay? And then you need to collect several things, okay? And then you are doing the hands-on experiments. So design thinking, that's very important. You can get much information from the internet. Please do so. You do a search, and then you increase your knowledge, base knowledge. Okay. So now, so then we have the startups, external stakeholders, potential entrepreneurs, service, governing body. So all these are interconnected. Okay, entrepreneurship activity. You need knowledge. Okay. Then there's so many things are there. Academic entrepreneurs is there. Okay. So planned behavior and value creation. So entrepreneurial attitude is I can be. So I have that ability. That's a statement, right? Then I want to be. That's my passion. Entrepreneurial intentions, I'm planning to be. That is planned behavior. Entrepreneurial behavior, I am. Okay, I am the CEO. I am the founder. Okay. Then I was. So these are the behavior, attitude, or that becoming value added. Okay. So we have that operational competencies, entrepreneurial competencies, etc. New ways of thinking, new ways of working. Okay. So that being said, then you need to integrate entrepreneurial education for value creation. Okay. Creation, then value creation, then that leads to venture creation, then sustainable venture creation, etc. There are so many aspects on that. So let us understand a little bit on academic entrepreneurs. It's a university system, okay, that is closely linked to the academic entrepreneur, then academic, then in academic, teaching, publishing, doing research, learning, connecting, and the entrepreneurship, you have media, society, it's an ecosystem, university, science research, then the science or the labs, national labs, collaborating with the industry, business, politics, environment. There are so many aspects are there. Okay, so now every university has an interest in collaborating with the industries. In the West, in America, I had seen the problem of a certain industry. They inform those problems to the universities, okay, and then these industries fund to the university, and then they work, Okay. So unlike in India, it's changing. That's a good thing. So we need to uh, collaborate with industries, academics, etc. Okay. So as I have already mentioned, innovation and invention. Okay, innovation for economic resurgence, creation of knowledge, together with commercialization is required in innovation. R&D efforts. These are well protected by intellectual property rights. So there is a good environment for innovation in India. So invention is creation of knowledge. Innovation is conversion of ideas into cash. We have financial incentives that provide the favorable climate for invention. So education institutes should not only be investments for future, but also be direct contributors to wealth generation. So now a paradigm shift is absolutely necessary in order to uh, create a certain university as sustainable. Then we need to think of these lines. Okay. Students as good innovators and better entrepreneurs. You know the story of Google. It's a PhD thesis of Stanford University. The author Larry Page registered a company. So that is the birth of Google. Okay, a PhD thesis of Stanford University, United States. Bill Gates, while at Harvard, along with Alan Paul, began Microsoft. You know the story of Infosys. Narayana Murthy and 6 young engineers began Infosys worth $250 capital. You know, from where this $250 came from. That is the ornaments of Narayana Murthy's wife. She currently employs 2.42 lakhs and has a market capital of $46 billion. So this is the story of Infosys. So these were all startups, okay? Small, started from beginning. So I motivate each one of you to give it a try. That doesn't cost much. Okay. Nobody will be asking to you. You need to give a try. Okay. You need to have trusted peer network, co-conspirators, collaborators. Well, so next, everyone here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone good, right? Okay, thank you. I'm just checking, okay? Okay. So how to start? So the create, identify, select, correct. Okay. Create a business plan, long term as well as short term. Identify the key metrics for your business. Select correct, that is legal structure for your business. Okay, this is something very preliminary. So let me start on my experience. So this is the G-Ben Peter sir was already talking about. So we know that waste management is a very challenging issue, not only for Kerala or India. It's an international problem, right? So we have registered a startup company in 2018. Okay. And then we incubated that startup at Amal Jyoti College of Engineering Technology Business Incubator, Startups Wiley. And before that, we had that design. Okay. So this is a G-bin, that is an aerobic composter. So if your household kitchen waste can be converted into a fine, very good, valuable organic manure compost, using a microbial technology. So here, this is a two walled. There are two bins. That is double walled. That is the first in India. Then you can use it for your home. There is the design is specifically uh, we have designed it cylindrically, so the composting process will be good. Then a major challenge for ring composting or other some other devices is that the uh, composting is not very uh, good because of the moisture, high moisture. So here we have the leachate, okay, leachate recovery cartridge. Then we have aeration. We have given. We have microbes, composting inoculum incorporated in cocoa pit. There are so many novelties in this. Then we have registered, and then we have filed the patent, etc. So there is a need for that. Okay, and, how to manage the waste, household waste. So we have the centralized system, decentralized system, but source level composting is the best method, smart method for composting. So this is it's available in the market, and then Kerala Shujitva Mission, that is the body for doing all these activities. We got their approval, and recently the rate also got approval. So it's already in the market for the past 2 years, but recently only we got the approval from the Sanitation Shujitva Mission of Kerala. Okay, so this it's a startup business. So now let me talk about some startup ideas. Peter sir told me that talk about the indoor plants. We have also several years ago, we started growing plants using soilless system. Okay, so we were using that compost that is no soil. Okay, soil, we know that soil has so many pathogenic bacteria, and for the indoor plants and for high value indoor plants, the best growing medium is soilless. Okay, so these are some ideas. Growing plants in a container, okay, and then you can put some fishes also there here, and then you can keep it on your refrigerator or the office. It's novel idea to create some beauty to your premises. Then another idea is the aquaponics. Aeroponics. People are cultivating. Okay, so these are some of the ideas. But still, we can do it. Then commercial hydroponics. Okay. See, this is in United States. Sorry. Growing capsicum. This is lettuce. It is strawberry, tomato. Okay. This is my experiment in 2015. Sorry. Strawberry cultivation using in a polyhouse with soilless system. We were successful. These are they are my MSc students. We have done successfully, and then we have a technology for that. Okay, so this is a soilless system. We specifically designed these boxes, and the nutrition, everything we designed. So this is another idea, that is African violet propagation by leaf cuttings. Okay, so you can see African violets plants are very popular in the West. Now it is becoming very popular in Kerala also. So these are some idea, okay, for high value ornamental plants that can be used as decoration tabletops, etc. Again, African violets, okay, different forms, different colors. Even if you have a propagation method, okay, this epicea, yellow flowered epicea are very costly. Last year, a single plant got around 800 rupees or so. Now it is not. Now it is become common. So what I'm saying is that if you have a plant, okay, if you have a method for its propagation, that can be translated into an activity that get wealth. Okay. It's another propagation of peperomia done by me. See the leaf cuttings. Okay. Then Hoya plants are becoming very popular. These days, people are asking for Hoya plants. These are hot Hoya kiri, okay. Then variegated Hoyas. Propagation of begonia, okay. Rex begonia are very popular. People see that from leaves you can propagate. From leaf cuttings, each veins, if you give a incision, a new plant will emerge from that. Okay, so these are some of the ideas in which in the nursery you can start a startup. You can use your creativity with. You need to blend your creativity with the science. Okay, then that is become more meaningful. Propagation method, special technique. You can use the oasis for rooting soft root plants, ornamental plants. Profuse rooting. Okay, profuse rooting. This is Dracaena milky white. So see some ideas. Okay. So humidity chamber for the cuttings, you can use a humidity chamber, and then 30 or 40 days you keep it there. Not even a single leaf will fall. Okay, 100% humidity, and then you can propagate. That's another idea. Okay, then orchids, okay, for finished plants. Okay, even the container is very good. This way you can sell your product. That's another way. Phalaenopsis. Phalaenopsis, you can use it as a decorative potted plants. That's very beautiful. Another idea. Okay, even tissue culture. Okay, these are orchid seed germination protocols. You can get thousands of plants. Keep on multiplying in a suitable media. These are all small ideas, and you can have a good venture out of it. Okay. So, flask used liquor bottles are being used for tissue culture, then hardening. Okay. So orchid tissue culture, it's dendrobium, oncidium, plant development, protocum-like bodies. So another area is the vegetable seedling production. Okay, that is another good way. Nursery technology. Okay, see the quality seedling, vegetable seedling. you can produce in bulk. Okay, so let us see what are the legal structures and ethical steps in establishing startups. So if you have an idea, then you are envisioning that the idea has to be translated into a product. Then you need to have a firm or a company. There are two structures available in India, that is unregistered structure, sole proprietor, partnership firm, then registered, the LLP, private limited company. I have a private limited company and a partnership firm. Okay, these are, so you need that. So let us see why to incorporate. You incorporate meaning you need to register a company, okay, for branding of business, incorporation of legal entity, that is very important to separate out income and expenditure of business from personal. So if you want to add more founders to your company, then you need to register, okay. So these are some of the basics. So when to incorporate, okay? That is depending purely on your business requirements, how much funds and which kind of funds will be required, revenue expectation. So my suggestion is, it is always better to incorporate just after proof of concept. That is, you have a concept, then you go immediately. Even if you don't have a product, but you don't have a product, MVP, but you are sure that you have an idea, and then this idea can be translated. Okay, that time it's a good time for incorporating. So how to incorporate? Identify your brand name, your legal entity name, then check trademark or brand name, legal name, etc. You can seek the help of the professionals, then document roles, responsibilities of founding team, select the right entity according to your business, etc. So then for sole proprietorship, you are the only one. So ownership is solely owned by you. Okay, that is the advantage. So that's a very easy to set up. Okay, owner will receive all the profits and bear all the losses. Okay, so what is the disadvantage for that? Owners and business is referred to as one of the same entity, no separation. So unlimited liability. Cannot add another founder in business. Okay, if you lost, then you should be responsible. So if you have a partnership firm, there are 2%, then it's only 50% loan. Okay, so that way. Then enter entrepreneurship, proprietorship. That is the process. Besides the trade name, do one-time registration, GST, open a bank account. Okay, so these are some of the steps. Then partnership firm. For partner, what are the advantages? 2 and more individuals share cost and responsibilities. Teams of partnership recorded in partnership agreement. There could be a silent partner, then easy to set up. So the disadvantage is liable for the action of other partner. Then unlimited liability. Benefit of slab rate taxation, that is not applicable here. So what is the process of partnership firm? You need a partnership deed. Okay, then you need to have a PAN, open account, bank account, etc. needed. Once you have the partnership deed, then you need to register. It could be MSME also. Then you could take the Udyog Aadhaar. Okay, then you will get benefits if you have some machineries. Then the industry department will give you 15% subsidy of the equipments you have already purchased. So there are so many benefits. You need to avail this one. So LLP, that is limited liability. Okay, and skip that. Okay, so we are coming to the end. Okay. So now it's open for discussion. If you have any questions, I am very, very happy to answer.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, let's have an interactive session. Those who want to ask any question may please enter it in the chat box.
Or if you want to ask, you can also ask me. Any question, please? So as students, yes, please.
Sir, what is the initial cost required for starting an agri-business, and what is the source of a student, and what is the source that a student can get as a finance?
Okay, that's a good question. Agri-business, that's a very general terms. You need to be very specific what you are going to. Agri-business could be mushroom cultivation or plant propagation unit or a tissue culture unit or a food processing industry. There are so many avenues. There are so many opportunities for that. Okay, so if you have a good idea and then you have a MVP, that is minimum viable product, then you can approach for funding, seed funding by Kerala Startup Mission. It's available. So you will get if you have a good idea, and then there are people will collaborate with you, or seed funding, venture capitals are there. But the funding is not that the main issue. The main issue is that you have novelty for your idea. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So as life science students, then you could think of a good project as a part of your curriculum. Okay, for BSc, MSc, and that also can be translated into a good entrepreneurship, right? So we have student projects as far as Amajodi, our college is concerned. Even the students, BTech students, some of their final projects they have incubated here, and then they design the product, and then some are very successfully doing the business, startups. So the government is very keen on establishing startups. So it is said that every household should have an entrepreneur. So instead of depending on others for getting a job, you can be a job creator rather than you are depending on others, right? Any other questions?
ഇഷ്ടമുള്ളവർ പെട്ടെന്ന് ചോദിക്കുക.
Peter sir, ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടെ. A feedback link is shared in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form and you will receive the e-certificate.
കേട്ടതാ സാറേ? കിട്ടിയോ? ഹലോ
Sir, the link is already shared in the chat box.
സാറേ ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ ഒന്ന് നോക്കാമോ? ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ
It's there. No questions are there, but the link is there.
This is a feedback form for the audience.
Yeah. Instruct the students.
ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഇല്ലേ സാറേ? ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വല്ലതും ഉണ്ടോ ഇനി?
I didn't see.
Illa sir, illa.
Illa.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now I welcome Ms. Ashna Joseph, guest faculty of the department, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sona. I hope I'm audible. So, respected chief guest of the occasion, Professor Dr. Sannichan VG, Principal of BCM College, Dr. Steffi Thomas, Head of the Department, Botany Department, Dr. Peter K. Mani, my fellow colleagues and dear students. Good morning to each and everyone present in this webinar. So, today we are fortunate to have a renowned personality, a renowned guest, as one of the chief speakers of Vykhari, the annual international lecture series hosted by BCM College. On behalf of the Botany Department and the entire college fraternity, I thank the chief guest who was kind enough to spend a small amount of his time from his busy schedule, enlightening us with some thought-provoking ideas. I'm sure our students caught up with some of the ideas and found the session informative. I thank him for his effort to prepare the elaborate presentation, PowerPoint presentation, which was very informative. So I thank you, sir, on behalf of the college. Thank you. Now, I extend my thanks to Dr. Steffi Thomas, who, in spite of being the principal of our college, was there providing immense support to make today's event a successful, a fruitful session. So I thank Steffi sir also. Now, next, I would like to express my thanks, sincere gratitude to head of our department, Dr. Peter K. Mani, without whom this meeting might not have been this successful. Thank you, sir, for being there as a constant source of inspiration and guiding us unconditionally. Next, a heartfelt thanks to all those people who helped us in making this a successful talk. System Administrator, Mr. Jason, and of course, our well-motivated students of Botany Department. I can't find enough words to appreciate their willingness to execute each and every task assigned to them. And as a conclusion, I offer my generous thanks to each and every one of the listeners out there for their kind participation and time. So thank you everyone, and have a great day. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Sona.
Thank you, ma'am.
जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे